Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
After a 2.5-year investigation, a Lenawee County man is now charged in connection to his wife's murder. 52-year-old Dee Warner was last seen April 2021 at her home in Tipton. Her cell phone went dead back then. There hadn't been any activity on her bank account. Local, state, and federal investigators had dug up certain areas, used radar, and still found nothing.
Well, today, before a judge, Dee's husband, Dale John Warner, is now charged with open murder and tampering evidence. Let's get to Megan Woods. She joins us now from the courtroom that was filled with Dee's family.
Yes, Rhonda. So we left the courtroom. One of her children and friends who filled the courtroom waiting to see how this case would move forward. And they tell us it's a long time coming, but of course we know that it is far from over. State police say it's just a step in their investigation. They took over the case last August and say they are still working to bring closure to Dee's family, and that includes locating her body. We spoke with brother Greg Hardy this morning, and he was in tears just talking about what may have happened to her. He says the last 2.5 years have been so difficult because his family and Dale, but they want justice and to find Dee.
There is one person that could end all of this, and that's Mr. Warner. He could come forward and he could try to make things right, and this would end all of this. But so far I don't see any indication of that, and so we'll charge forward with the prosecution and all the evidence that's there.
He believes his sister was a victim of domestic violence. Now, what he believes she would think of all of this, that is coming up tonight at 5. Reporting live, I'm Megan Woods, Local 4.
Heart goes out to that family.
Yeah. All right, Megan, thank you.
A new deal coming late last night by the Israeli cabinet will secure the release of 50 hostages held by Hamas, including Americans.
As Bree Jackson reports, the deal comes in exchange for 150 Israeli-held Palestinian prisoners.
The deal comes after weeks of closely guarded negotiations. The U.S. worked alongside Qatar and Egypt to broker the deal.
Deal reached to secure the freedom of 50 hostages, mostly women and children, held captive by Hamas, answering weeks of prayers of those desperately waiting for their return.
And just to have a sliver of hope and just a break already, just a break.
Until we have eyes on the hostages, the American hostages and all of the others, we can't be certain about who exactly will be delivered in this deal.
This comes after more than a month of intense talks. In a statement, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said he spoke with President Biden and asked for his intervention in hostage negotiations. President Biden thanked the leaders of Qatar and Egypt for their critical partnership in reaching this deal. Under the agreement, Israeli officials say there will be a 4-day pause in fighting to allow for the hostage prisoner exchanges to take place.
There will be an agonizing wait day by day as families look to see if their hostage, their loved one, is in the particular release that day.
There is also an option to extend the ceasefire for extra days in return for 10 hostages a day. In addition, more fuel trucks and aid will be allowed to enter Gaza.
The pause itself is also terrific news in terms of the capacity to improve the humanitarian circumstance in Gaza.
An agonizing wait coming to an end for some hostages.
Collectively, we're all going to still hold our breath until everyone is home.
But still, no end in sight to the war.
A senior Biden administration official said 3 Americans could be part of the first group of hostages released, 2 adults and a 3-year-old girl named Abigail. In Washington, Bree Jackson, back to you.
All right. 53-year-old Shannon Sexton is in custody in connection to a bank robbery in Independence Township. This happened October 19th at the Vibe Credit Union on Dixie Highway around 4 p.m. Police say Sexton handed a note to the teller demanding cash, got it, and then took off in a silver Mitsubishi. The next day, Oakland County Sheriff's deputies tracked him down and arrested him in Pontiac. His bond has been set at $1 million.
Just a day away now, America's Thanksgiving Parade, presented by Gardner White, is tomorrow. And Local 4, of course, is your home for all things parade from the moment you wake up.
The annual tradition now in its 96th year, and we have a special edition of Local 4 News coming at you at 6 a.m. tomorrow. And that fun continues all the way until Santa's arrival, which is around noon.
We've got some great things to watch as you're cooking dinner and the family's arriving in the morning, getting you all prepped and ready for the parade. So look forward to you joining us early tomorrow morning.
And to get you all ready for that, the floats are making their way down to the starting point right now.
This is always so cool to see, especially for folks that live and work in the area, seeing these floats get into position. Sky Fort was high and over, as you can see here, watching that Thanksgiving Day parade roll out. Let's get out to our Christy McDonald, who is on the ground getting a chance to have that sneak peek as well. Hey, Christy, what a treat to get an early look.
Absolutely. Hey, guys, it's great to see you. As I'm waving up to the chopper who's right over us right now. Yes, of course, we're on Woodward. They are bringing in, this is the end of phase 1 of the floats that are coming in for America's Thanksgiving Parade. They blocked off Paquette to Kirby. Jason, you do this every single year. Tell us about the process.
So this is the assembly area of the parade, and so the floats have come down from the parade company. We are staging them today for tomorrow's parade.
It's like fitting it in like puzzle pieces.
It is like puzzle pieces. We've got a lot of units. There's approximately 28 units with 71 individual pieces.
So when you say units, 28 individual floats, but then we've got 6 balloons. We've got the marching bands. You got to make sure it all fits.
Correct. Yeah. Correct. So it's all squeezed into this assembly area. We've got one more wave of floats coming, and then we're off tomorrow.
It's good stuff. How many years you been doing this?
23.
And the feeling when you see that parade then coming on down Woodward on Thanksgiving morning.
It makes us all feel good. That's why all these guys have been doing this. We've been doing this for a long time, and it's a happy day, and that's why we're all here.
And it's awesome. Great job to the crew. Great job, guys. You know you're working hard there for everyone on Thanksgiving morning. Okay, so you go ahead and take a look that we get to see the way things are blocked off here on Woodward for America's Thanksgiving Parade. We are going to be here live at 12:30 for the Daily Plus live streaming on Local 4 Plus. Click on Detroit.com so you can see a lot of the behind the scenes of how it's happening in real time. So wave 1 of the floats have come down. We are now waiting for wave 2 when they put everything together. It really is some pretty cool magic, you guys. So I hope you join me back at 12:30 for the Daily Plus Live, reporting live, standing in the middle of Woodward, getting ready for the parade. I'm Christy McDonald. Send it back to you guys.
What a treat.
Magic is exactly what it is. Thank you, Christy. And a reminder, join us tonight for a night of fun on Local 4 and Local 4 Plus. We're starting things at 8 with a behind-the-scenes look at the America's Thanksgiving Parade, live from the parade route. Then at 8:30, Christy is live with the Local 4 Plus buffet. It's all the great content. You can stream it anytime on Local 4 Plus. At 9, it's Mallstalgia, a trip down memory lane at the many malls in Metro Detroit. The last one, by the way, after that at 10. And last one refers to, of course, the last time the Detroit Lions won a playoff game. We're talking to a lot of legendary Lions about that documentary. And, of course, Local 4 News at 11 after that.
Well, quite the busy week, and today the busiest travel day of the year. Now, a lot of folks already were able to catch their flight out of town, but let's go ahead and take a look at National Radar. If maybe you're planning to travel this afternoon, still tracking that system that brought quite a bit of rain to our area, just pushing off to the east of the Carolinas and just to the east of Virginia. However, I want to zoom in to Maine, where they are getting hammered with this system. Winter weather advisories have been draping this portion of the New England states, the interior Northeast right here. here, and it's either heavy rain or some really heavy snow coming down really between Portland and Bangor. So if you're going to be traveling up towards Maine, just be aware that we are dealing with some inclement weather there. Not here closer to home, just some cloudy skies. And so we do have the cloud cover breaking a little bit in the middle portion of lower Michigan. But as we check our little board here when it comes to flights, we do have really good conditions to be able to catch a flight out of town. So that's good news. Cloudy skies here, Detroit 40, Howell 37, Pontiac 36, 40 in Monroe, with winds picking up out of the northwest close to 15 miles per hour in some spots. So this afternoon we'll be in the low 40s out there under cloudy skies. We'll take a look at that parade forecast for you coming up in just a few minutes.